With the release of the new expansion Modern Horizons 3 to Magic the Gathering, we are once again introduced to the ancient titans known as the Eldrazi. You might be wondering, what could they possibly be up to this time? Well, today we are going to revisit the Eldrazi invasion of Zendikar and explore the origins and rise of these horrific cosmic horrors. The Eldrazi were said to be cosmic beings of the blind eternities, and three titans managed to escape: Emrakul, the world anew; Ulamog, the defiler; and Kozilek, the broken reality. Emotionless and senseless, their only goal was to detect and consume all life in their path, causing chaos across multiple planes. Three planeswalkers agreed that in order to save the multiverse, they must work together to imprison them. Ugin, the spirit dragon and brother of Nicole Bolas; Sorin Markov, vampire lord of Innistrad; and Nahiri, the lithomancer, agreed to trap all three Eldrazi titans on the plane of Zendikar, which was Nahiri's home. Using the power of lithomancy, Nahiri constructed an enormous network of hedrons connected by Zendikar's ley lines, a collection of ancient mana paths. The plan worked. The three titans were trapped and immediately petrified. Nahiri named the hedrons the Eye of Ugin, and they served as the Eldrazi prison, watched over by Nahiri herself. Mission accomplished. The Eldrazi threat had been contained forever. Until 1,000 years later. Enter Nicole Bolas, the Elder Dragon. With his exceptional manipulation skills, Bolas managed to trick Jace, Chandra, Nissa, and Sarkhan into releasing the Eldrazi, claiming,
"It's safer to expel them to other worlds to prevent Zendikar from dying."
With Nahiri missing, the result was disastrous. Although Emrakul and Kozilek left Zendikar, Ulamog decided to stay. His spawn started flooding the plane, corrupting continent after continent. The Zendikari, recognizing the need for survival, united under the leadership of Commander Vorik. Despite their best effort, they were overwhelmed and lost an important strategic location known as the Sea Gate, and they retreated to Sky Rock. Vorik was wounded in battle, and with his dying breath, appointed the planeswalker Gideon Jura to be the commander general of the coalition force. Realizing their only chance of defeating Ulamog lay in the puzzle of the ley lines, he sent Jace and Jori-Un, a merfolk scholar, to the Eye of Ugin to seek answers. In the meantime, Gideon looked to expand his army by recruiting some unusual guests. First, we have the bloodthirsty vampires. The Malakir vampires from Gul'Daz, led by Drana, the liberator of Malkir, are a powerful force to be reckoned with. It is said that Drana once drank the corrupted blood of an Eldrazi sire, then absorbed and exploded the energy to her army, which made them almost invincible. Next, we have the Merfolk, led by Kiora, master of the depths. Back in Theros, Kiora battled against Thassa, goddess of the sea, and came out victorious. Now possessing the Bident of Thassa, a weapon of the gods, Kiora commands the ocean and all of its creatures, including octopi and krakens alike. Last but not least, we have the mysterious Royal Mages. Led by Noyan, these cultists claim to control the royal, periodic volatilities of the earth and its climate. With a powerful army on his side, Gideon made a courageous decision. Instead of hiding and escaping from the Eldrazi forever, he decided that the Zendikari should be on the offensive and reclaim Seagate. Despite concerns from Tazri, the second in command, Gideon's plan worked out in the end. With the aid of Kiora's gigantic octopus, Lothos, the Tidemaker, the coalition managed to take back Seagate and drive the Eldrazi spawn away. As the Zendikari rejoiced and celebrated their first victory, Jori arrived with a dire warning. Ulamog was headed to the Seagate. Jori and Jace had gotten separated at the Eye of Ugin after witnessing Ulamog's movements, with Jace staying behind to investigate the secrets of the hedrons. It was then that Ugin, the spirit dragon, appeared in front of Jace, warning him that they should not attempt to harm Ulamog, nor drive it away from Zendikar. As a being of the blind eternities, the Ulamog they were seeing was simply a 3D projection onto the physical plane, while his true self was hiding in the blind eternities. With the entire network of hedrons memorized, Jace returned to Gideon with his learnings. With the help of Nissa, the druid planeswalker who managed to bond with Zendakar's soul, they managed to construct the hedron network just in time as Ulamog approached, trapping him once again in his prison. Just when the final victory appeared within reach, Nissa noticed that one of the hedrons was a little out of place. Upon closer inspection, she realized that instead of flowing through the hedron network, all the energies were directed toward the sky. Nissa looked up, and to her surprise, a dark figure was hovering above the battlefield, and it was none other than the demon Ob Nixilis. Turns out, Nixilis was banished to Zendikar long ago, stripped of his powers by a tiny hedron on his forehead. Driven by his curiosity, Jace removed the hedron and set Nixilis free, allowing him to planeswalk to Bala Ged and use the artifact Colony Heart to steal Zendikar's soul. Although Nissa successfully thwarted Nixilis' schemes, he was now back in Zendikar looking for revenge. Realizing the Eye of Ugin was a source of tremendous power, Nixilis redirected the hedrons and absorbed the network's mana, freeing Ulamog in the process. But this was only the beginning. Nissa soon felt a great pain in her connection with Zendikar's soul, as if the very fabric of the plane was being torn apart from within. Not long after, the earth itself began to shake, and a gigantic horror emerged from the underground. Kozilek, the second Eldrazi Titan, had been summoned by Nixilis to punish Zendikar. When all hope seemed lost, Chandra, the wild pyromancer, arrived in Zendikar just in time to help the other planeswalkers defeat Nixilis. Realizing they needed to work together to defeat multiversal threats such as the Eldrazi, Gideon, Nissa, Jace, and Chandra formed the Gatewatch, and each swore an oath for justice and peace, for the life of other planes, for the sake of the multiverse, and to ensure people could live in freedom.
I will keep watch.
With two Eldrazi Titans on the loose, the Gatewatch devised a plan. With the hedrons gone, imprisoning the Eldrazi was no longer an option, making their destruction the only solution despite Ugin's advice. By using the main army as bait, the two Titans would be close to each other. From there, Nissa would summon Zendikar's ley lines directly to trap the Titans, and since there were no hedrons this time, the ley lines would disperse the Titans' energies into the plane, draining their essence. Just when this ultimate plan seemed to be working, there was one problem. Zendikar couldn't seem to withstand such raw, untamed energies from the Eldrazi Titans, causing the plane to start to disintegrate. Realizing this would eventually kill Zendikar, Hyura threatened Nissa to stop the spell casting. With quick thinking from Nissa and Jace, Nissa directed all of Zendikar's ley lines onto Chandra instead, allowing her to absorb all of Zendikar's mana. Pouring out all of her anger and hatred towards the Eldrazi, Chandra's flame ignited like a burning star, releasing all of the excess mana into a powerful pyroblast, incinerating and turning both Eldrazi Titans into dust forever. And there you have it. That was the story behind the expansion of Modern Horizons 3. What do you think about the Eldrazi design? And can you guess what happened to the third Eldrazi Titan, Emrakul, the world anew? Hint, it's one of the episodes of Planeswalker Points. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. You're cool. Realizing they needed to work together to defeat multiversal threats such as the Why? Why is it hard? Blah, blah, blah.